What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you guys. Hope you guys are doing great over there, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching this. So I kind of announced that I would be making this video. I told people, I made it public that I would be making this video, and it's about the topic about basically why I'm not married and why I don't have kids at this point in my life. So I'm 27 years old and I don't have kids and I'm not married. That's been a question, or people have questioned that about me. Like, why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids? Well, there's several reasons, okay? But I'm just gonna try summarizing it as much as possible. So it's not that I have to explain this to anyone. I don't have to explain this to you guys or anyone, but I think it's okay to talk about it. You know, it's okay to be open about it, and if this helps someone choose a different path than most people, then so be it. You know, there's a lot of people that feel pressure to be married at a certain point in life, or have certain things figured out, or have kids at a certain age. Especially me as a Latino, as a Hispanic. That's a big thing in our culture is that you should have a family. You should be a dad at a certain point. You should have kids at a certain point, and there's a lot of pressure behind that, especially for women in our culture. There's that push behind. Not every family is like that in the Latino community, but it's something that's popular. And I don't fully agree with it, and it just depends. You know, if that's something that you're wanting right away and you really know, then go for it. If that's what makes you happy and that's what's going to fulfill your life, great. Now, on my end, I haven't been married because I haven't been ready as a man. Just in general, like with myself and my self-growth and my process, I haven't been mature enough. I've had to grow. I've had to confront myself to be more disciplined in my ways and more, I guess, more straight and right in my ways. You know, I'm not perfect. No one is. But that doesn't excuse our own actions and our own ways of being and how we react and address certain things. And I haven't always been the perfect partner. In my past, that can be told by people that have known me in that way, in a relationship sense. So I've had to mature in my ways. So that's one of the biggest things that has been hard to do, is confronting yourself and correcting yourself. But doing it is the most rewarding thing ever. You have to prepare yourself. Now, a big thing for me is I grew up in a household that had two different types of being, okay? My mother was more of a loving, caring person, and I saw that always, you know, till this day. And my father was it was the opposite. So I've always kind of, in my process growing up, I've always had to it's almost like an angel talking to me and a devil, right? I don't like to put it that way, but it is that way. Two different ways of being, and two different ways of loving and caring about a person. And I've had to basically unlearn things that I've been taught that weren't the right way, that I would say would be the right way, and then, or that I've learned that isn't the right way. And then I've also had to learn which ways are better in love, and having those two opposite ways of being has definitely impacted me greatly in my process and my relationships, because certain ways that I thought were okay wasn't okay, and I've just had to relearn a lot of my ways to better be prepared to actually provide the love that my partner needs, if you understand what I mean. Hopefully that, I know it's a little confusing, but that's been a big thing that I've had to overcome. So overcoming that has been something challenging, but I've been able to combat that and combat myself, okay, to grow. Now, another thing is my career. I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be. I'm in the middle of a doctorate degree right now. And that's one thing since high school. I've always known that I wanted to do. I've always known that since high school that I did not want to get married until I had my career established. Okay, so I'm not there yet, and I haven't accomplished it yet. And if I were to get married now, I would not be able to provide what I feel is necessary to have that marriage. Now, another thing, big thing that's popular is the whole, when you're married, the cost of marriage, at least in my background, Latino background, like I said, costs go to the parents and my girlfriend's parents or whoever, they pay for the wedding and all that. I don't want that. I want to pay for my wedding. It's my wedding. It's nobody else's wedding. My marriage is not going to be my parents' marriage, my siblings' marriage, or no one else's marriage. My wife's marriage is not going to be her parents' marriage or anything like that. It's going to be our marriage. So it's our responsibility, it's my responsibility to pay for my wedding and all the costs. Okay? That's a big thing for me. So I'm not where I need to be financially to do that. As well as having kids. I'm not where I need to be able to provide the things that I feel they deserve as my children. I'm not financially stable right now. I'm in the middle of grad school. So rushing life will not reap the benefits or the reward that I seek in my life. Yes, it would be amazing to have kids right now. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I would be blessed, but it's not the time. And I need to make sure that I'm positioned in a position that I'm able to be there financially, be there emotionally, be there mentally, and be stable in all aspects of my being. To be the best father I can be. That's just where I'm at. And many people may not agree with it. It's not like a popular way of being, maybe. If it is now, you let me know. But one thing I've noticed is it's not. And people that do take this path like I'm taking, usually we feel pressure by, just seeing family members and friends that you've known or people that you've known that already have their life going. They have kids and they have, a house and all this stuff. But we got to remember, we got to take a step back and not compare our lives to others, no matter who it is. And I know it's a hard thing to do in this day and age of social media, but everyone has their path. And we need to focus on our own path in order to get to where we are meant to in our path. If we rush our path, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't go as planned, okay? Rushing life, and one thing I've learned is you can't rush life. You can't rush the process. You have to embrace where you're at. You have to think ahead, or at least for me, think ahead, think long-term and long-term happiness and long-term peace in order to get the life that you're desiring. Now for me, I definitely want a life full of peace and happiness in my marriage, in my family. I want a healthy marriage and a healthy family. And being with someone like that also in this day and age is hard to find if you're at that point. And I know many people say it's impossible to find your ideal person. No, it's not. I strongly believe that's false. If you're completely aligned on your path where you're meant to walk, and you correct yourself and you learn from your own mistakes and you walk that narrow path that God has set on you, okay, then the right person will come at the right time that you are seeking. Okay, so for my lovely hopeless romantics out here, never lose hope. If you haven't been able to love correctly and love the best way, learn how to reflect where you went wrong. It's hard. Cry if you need to. I cried on my end where I needed to correct some things, but it's okay. Learn that it's okay, You know, especially men out here, correct yourself, learn from your mistakes, learn where you go wrong, and change ways of being. You know, the ego of the man is our biggest downfall, right? We need to learn to calm that down, learn that we're not always right, we're not always the best, and this goes for men and women or anyone out here. And we need to correct our ways to become the best us that we can, so that we are able to provide the necessary qualities that our partner needs, and as well as our kids need in the future, or for anyone that already has kids and are married. So I'm by no means an expert in all this. you know, take what you will from what I'm saying, but it is just something to put out there where I'm at in my life, and it's just something that I've been questioned about. Why am I not married? I'm still not done in my career. I'm not where I need to be financially. I need to be able to pay for my freaking wedding, be able to be as mature as possible so I can handle a true marriage and not falter in my marriage. Okay, that's a big goal of mine. I do not want to fail in my marriage on my end, and that's just a big thing. Is a big thing to make that happen is holding yourself accountable and holding myself accountable to that. So I just want to put this out here for you guys that are like where I'm at and just following a career path and your goals. That's where I'm at. Stick to it. Don't let people change your path and make you take paths that maybe are not the best for you. If your goal is to accomplish your dreams and your goals, and you have things that you need to work on in yourself internally, do that first before you get married and have kids. You know, work on yourself internally. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're ready, and make sure that you're well equipped before it actually happens, and you'll thank yourself later. Your wife will thank you later, or your husband, or your future children. But yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. I know this is a long one and it's kind of wordy, a lot of things, but I hope you took something out of it, and hope this serves as a way to show that it's okay to follow a different path than most, and that you shouldn't compare your path to someone else. Stay focused on you guys. Stay focused on your path. Don't compare yourself, not even to me, no one. Just focus on yourself. That's the only person you should be worried about. Okay? Stay blessed, stay humble, stay positive, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay? Peace out.